Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about calculating distance using a ruler and map scale. So your learning objectives. I can measure to the nearest half inch. I can find distance using a scale. Maps have scales on them because in real life we have to show things on paper that we can't have so big, if you know what I mean. So we have to use a scale. We have to shrink it down but still have a way to be able to tell its accurate size or distance. And we're going to do some practice with that today. So we're going to be using a map scale to find or calculate the flying distances between Minneapolis and some other cities. So it's like I am sending you on an all expenses paid trip to two different cities today. I have a map on the right hand side here, and here's my scale that I was talking about. In the red print it says 1 inch is equal to 557 miles. Here's my inch on here. If you didn't have this little guide, and really what you could do, if you didn't have a ruler on you, you could take paper and measure out this line to this line and then hold it up and find the distance that way. We're actually going to use a ruler today. So in real life, on a piece of paper, we couldn't fit the entire United States. It's impossible. So people, when they make maps, they scale it down to a size, but they figure out that every inch is equal to so many miles. That's how we can know in real life what a distance actually is. So on my ruler, 1 inch from here to here is going to be 557 miles. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by flying from Minneapolis, which is right here, to Chicago, which is right here in Illinois. We're going to take the shortest route, otherwise known as the crow flies. So if we were a crow or a bird and flying, the crow wouldn't go here, then here, then here, then here. Neither would it take the interstates. It would make a direct path to Chicago. So we're going to need to find out how many miles we traveled about. So let's find the shortest distance on our map. We don't have a globe, we're just going to use a map. So let's go ahead and get our ruler up here, and I'm measuring in inches, and I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to put the 0 marker right on Minneapolis, just like that. I'm going to swing my ruler around so that we can get it as close to Chicago as we can here. Sometimes it's a little tricky. And we're going to measure to the nearest half inch today. So it looks like it's about 3/4. Here's 1/4, half an inch, 3/4, and 1 full inch. So I'm going to say it's about 3/4 of an inch, but we're going to round to the nearest half inch. So let's say it's about 1 inch approximately. Okay? So the scale is 557 miles to 1 inch, or every inch is equal to 557 miles. That's a 1, by the way. So we're going to use the scale of miles for the map here, and then we're going to find the actual distance. So since we roughly estimated it was about an inch, we're going to say that roughly going to Chicago is 1 times 557, or 557 miles. Pretty cool, huh? So if we didn't actually have a map and we had a globe, which kind of spins, it might be a little bit tricky. And it's not flat that way, so we'd have to use something else to measure the distance. What do you think we could use? Yeah, if it's not flat, you'd have to use a tape measurer, but this is a flat surface, so we're just going to use a ruler. Let's look at another one. This time we're going to fly to Seattle. I went there over the summer. It was really fun. Went to Starbucks, had some coffee, went to Pike's Place. It was pretty cool. So how far away is Seattle, which is in the Pacific Northwest, from Minneapolis in miles? So let's go ahead and find our shortest distance on the map or globe. We still have the same scale, so let's put our ruler here. And really, you could start your ruler at Minneapolis, or you could start it at Seattle. Just because my ruler, well, let's see if we can do it this way. Kind of do it that way, but I'll just do it this way. I'm going to start it at Seattle this time, and I'm going to rotate a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. And once again, we're going to be measuring to the nearest half inch. So I have my 0 inches on Seattle, and it looks like it's about 3 inches to Minneapolis. All right, so 3 inches, roughly. And our scale is 557 miles is still equal to 1 inch. So every 1 inch we go 557 miles. So this time we're going 3 inches though. So it kind of becomes a multiplication problem, doesn't it? Because every inch is 557 miles. You could also think of it as an addition problem, but I'm going to say if you want to multiply 557 times 3, or if you wanted to add it up, you could do 557, 557, 557. And regardless what way you do it, 15, 17, it would be approximately 1,671 miles between Minneapolis and Seattle.